back again, the Nikki Clarke Show live, and we have a really amazing woman. She is an advocate for children with autism, and she's also a very successful woman in the financial industry. Please welcome Jolene Hung to the show.
Hi.
Welcome.
Hi, Nikki. How are you?
Excellent. How are you doing?
Good.
Good. You made it down. The traffic was intense today, huh?
Well, it's my dream come true to see you, too.
Aww.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I'm happy that you're here. And we had a conversation not too long ago, and,
Yes.
and you know, your story really resonated with me on two levels. One was that I used to work with children with special needs, and I also have a family member with an exceptional quality. So I grew up learning how to manage, you know, his special need, and it sometimes it was very hard.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about, you know, your background in the industry. You were out there, a broker.
Yes.
You know, just knocking them out of the ballpark, doing really amazing, and then
Well,
your son comes along.
Yeah, where to start? Somebody in a parking lot just asked me before I came down. And then she said, so what do you do? And I said, I have two jobs. She said, me too. I say, tell me. So I said, well, my first job, I'm a mom with autism. So I do have a special needs son. And then who paid the bill? My job, which is as a financial world, I'm a consultant with an investor group. So that's my passion, and that's my holy land. I do serve in that field, and the family I serve, they are very dear to me, and that's the field I work on. So all these family with the special needs, women want to be independent, I connect with them, because that's my journey.
Okay. So when was your son born, and when did you discover that there was something that was a little different about him?
He was born okay, didn't really show anything until one day I realized he is not even looking at me, and he's not playing the toys, and he's not responding to his name. So that things kind of struck me, like what's going on.
How old was he at that time?
He was about 6 months old. And I think lots of babies start to looking for mommy, we're asking, you know, we'll look around, there's no eye contact, there's nothing. So I start to bring him to a specialist, try to find an answer.
Okay. And what did they tell you?
Very interesting. Actually, the family or people around me just say, oh, you're just too nervous, you know, Jolene, you're overboard. That's just, you know, children come with different stage, right?
Yeah.
So I rely on lots of people give me advices, and that's why the message actually come out later on to myself is being a home hero. Judge your gut's feeling. And I know my son was born something very special about him, but I don't know what about. So I do delay the medical treatment because nobody trusts me and believe me. And as a mom, I just keep looking, bring him to a specialist, try to find the right answer. He's
Yes.
okay,
Yeah.
but he's not okay.
Yeah, you just knew.
I knew.
Strong instinct told you to keep looking.
Yeah, but that was a big thing because in the tradition, women, many tradition too, not just Chinese culture, women are responsible for everything about their children, so we are the one to be blamed. So it's always something, maybe something you eat, maybe you didn't feed him right, you know, there's something going on about me, so I bear lots of guilt on myself. To the point, I almost see there's no hope because nobody on my side. I don't know where's the answer, and just keep looking for almost 4 years. That was a long time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you say you didn't have any family support. Did they shift the blame to you? Did they?
Well, I think deep
Tell
down
you you were
they knew
responsible? Okay.
something wrong, but that was a big shame to the family because boy carry family name, and then my father also very traditional man.
And he was a minister.
Yes,
Like my father.
Yes, yes. He's a kind person, but he never think about he will have a grandson. The first one in the family will have a special needs, because we are the third generation. I think it's fourth generation has been we call it serving God. So we always doing ministry work. My father, my grandfather, my great-grandfather, we built community, we built churches in Taiwan. So that was a big thing for them. How can that happen to family
And
like
he would
us?
pass on that legacy, right? That
Yeah,
was the expectation.
he say he think the boy should carry on the name and carry on the mission. And how can the special need child can do that? For him, just not able to comprehend. So lots of resentment in the beginning, including me. I was looking for the right answer, the proper answer for a while, until I started to look at picture and I say I have to face my own monster, which is myself, and really know the child really had problem. And then I remember one day I brought my son to, that's a hospital here. They are actually treating people with mental illness. So I went to see a clinical psychiatrist actually. And then he was going to give me a diagnosis, my son. But he told me just a language delay. I said, okay, there's only 3 persons in the room, myself and my husband and him. So 2 male and 1 female. And my son was playing on the ground for the cars. So I say to him, I said, I don't know what kind of diagnosis you're going to give to my son, but it's going to change my son's life and the life of my family. I said, can you look at my eyes and tell me he's okay? And can you ask him one question, who is the mom? And then immediately he looked at me and his face turned pale and he wrote down autism. So that was the beginning of the journey. And with that diagnosis, I was able to get through some services from the government, not the best, but it helped me. And then just tell people, do take the issue and the situation to your own hands. That's what I learned. Trust your guts. Sometimes the specialist, I don't know, I was, just things happened before my son went into the room. And there's another boy play with my son. Alongside, I shouldn't say play together, they are just alongside. So they along each other. So I looked at the boy, a couple years older than my son, worse than my son, no eye contact, no language, nothing. And I looked at the mom, I said, how many years you've seen this psychiatrist? She said 3, 4, 5, she cannot even remember. And I said, what kind of diagnosis they give to him? I say, language delay. I said, what? And because of that, the child cannot get any services on time. So I said, this is not right. I mean, and then she continued, right? So because she was, I think she was like me, few days after I realized if I don't put my foot down and trust my guts and seeking for proper medical help, I don't know what my son will turn out to be. So long story short, I walk out of the hospital and then there's a volunteer on the side and he knew how many things I do for my son and he said, lady, you do good. And then he said, you probably saved the government $1 million because you start to help the young child so early. Because the early the treatment began, the child can come out from autism and they can really contribute to society, typical, like a normally. Awesome. So that's
early intervention.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, and that's a very important part of you know, being a parent is to be an advocate for your child and to stand up and just say, you know, this isn't right. My mother did the same thing, and she became a leader like yourself for others not knowing how to navigate through this journey. But I'm really happy that you are the voice. You've been chosen.
Thank you.
Awesome. So where can people reach you, Jolene?
Myself, I'm a consultant with Investor Group, and that's the field I serve. I serve families with special needs, ladies, women want to be financial independent. I also serve communities. So you can find me on Facebook, Jolene Hung at Investor Group. My last name is H-U-N-G, so in case people don't know. I do give out my cell phone in case you want to reach me. I do answer my call from 7 to 7. So my telephone number is 613-222-0305. This is a private line to me. And why I do that? Because I think if you need help, you reach to me. And I'll be there for you. Thank you.
Awesome. Jolene Hung, everybody. Thank you so much. Awesome. We'll be back. Welcome back to the Nikki Clarke Show. I love jewelry, I love accessories, I love clothes, and I am so happy to have a beautiful lady with us today who is the owner of Toni's Fashions. Please welcome Toni Jacob to the show.
Thanks, Nikki. Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Thank you so much.
You're
And
welcome.
I have to say thank you for this beautiful piece that I'm wearing.
Oh, you're so welcome. It looks great
Oh,
on
it's
you.
gorgeous.
Yes.
And I love what you're wearing too.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah. So, Toni, you've got quite the story, and I'd love to hear what that is about becoming an entrepreneur. You didn't start off that way, did you?
No, it didn't. It was a rough road. Like, I migrated from St. Vincent, grew up in Ottawa, went to high school here, went to Algonquin, majored in business administration. I always knew that I wanted to do something in business. I didn't know what it was. I knew that I had a gift for servicing. I didn't know where it would take me. And just fast forward in terms of, I got married, got divorced, and it didn't go too good. I had to end up moving back home with my mom and dad, flat broke. But I knew God had his hand on me in terms of I needed to do something. So there is this mall that I would drive up and down every day, and every time I would drive by that mall, I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna have a business in that mall.
In Ottawa?
In Ottawa.
Okay.
I didn't know when and where and how that business would come about. About 2 weeks, I had gone to the States and come back, and I was passing by one of the stores, and I said to the owner, do you know who owns the location? And he's like, why? And I'm like, well, I would like to have a business in this location. And I wasn't thinking about, you know what, you have no money, you live at home with your parents. And he's like, well, sure, I'll give you the number. I said, okay, well, I really would like God to not put the Indian business out of business, but just relocate them and give me that spot.
That's what you prayed for?
This is what I was praying
That's
for.
very specific.
I didn't want God to put them out of business. Just
put them out.
relocate them and just give me
somewhere else.
Exactly, and
Okay.
give me that spot.
Gotcha.
So 2 weeks later, I'm passing by, and his son just happened to see me, and he's like, hey, I remember you're speaking to my dad about wanting to have a business. Come with me. So he brings me all the way to the end, and then he's like, look, there's a spot available. So now I'm thinking, okay, why would he be opening up this window? I have no job. I have no money. So
You're living at home.
I'm living at home with my parents. So I said to him, okay, who rents this? And he's like, okay, it's the people next door. So I go to them and I'm like, you know what? I would like to rent this spot. How much is it? So we negotiated on a price. And then I said, okay, no problem. I signed the lease right there and then, not even thinking that, you know what? I have no money. How am I going to do this? But I did it by faith. I called my mom immediately.
Amazing.
And I said, come, Mommy, I have to show you something. So she comes and we're standing at the window looking in. She's like, what are we looking at? And you got me over here. Like, what are we looking at? I said, I'm looking at my new business. I just signed the lease. She's like, I'm not giving you no money. She's like, no, I don't have any money
say
for
it
you.
in a Vinci tone.
You know, she's like,
I'm not giving you no money.
exactly. She's like, I'm not giving you any. I'm like, no, you don't have to. I said, God has opened up this window,
Wow.
and he must know where the money is coming from. But I said to her, you know what, can you at least give me $150? Because I had no money. She's like, what for? I said, I want to buy a ticket to go to New York to buy some supplies. She's like, that's it. I'm not giving you a penny more. I'm like, okay.
But she gave you the 150.
But she gave me the 150,
Okay.
and I bought my tickets to leave the Friday. So this was the Monday. Bought my tickets to leave the Friday. So I'm praying to God. Now it's like Tuesday, no money. And I'm looking at my mom. She's like, I'm not giving you a dime. I never told you to go sign no lease. And just remember, you have 2 weeks left to get out.
Oh, no pressure.
Oh, no, yeah, my mom is very strong, right? She's like, I know you can do it. You can stand on your own. So Wednesday come and I'm speaking to God and I'm like, how could you allow me to sign this lease?
You're
And this is
blaming
how I
God?
talk to God. I talk to him like he's right physically there. And I said, I know you would never let this window open and you wouldn't fill it. So Thursday I'm praying and I'm like, okay, God, I don't know what's going on here, but I'm supposed to go to New York tomorrow. I have no money. Friday I get up and I'm like, God, I'm leaving tonight. It's 11:30. Like, I need some money. Like, where's the money coming from? Like,
Yeah.
I'm
He
not
was
going to
kinda
the bank.
busy.
He was very busy. And plus, you know, my credit was no good. I go to my mailbox $3,000.
Woo!
He delivers on time, not
time.
my time, but his time.
his
And my
time.
income tax had just come back that morning.
Is amazing.
And then I ran to New York, bought what I had to buy, and then opened up. And within 2 weeks of opening up, I made $5,000. And my store has been there. Yeah.
And you paid mommy back,
And
right?
I paid mommy, and I actually got an apartment. Like, as soon as I came back, I got an apartment, brand spanking new, that just was built within the 2 weeks and left.
Wow.
So God works. And I tell anybody out there, if you have a dream and you trust God, don't let it go, because he's possible. And anything you want, you put it out there and just leave it, and he'll deliver for sure.
Awesome.
For sure. So my store's been open since 2009 and 2017. And I get a lot of people asking me, like, are you leaving? Are you going to expand? I'm like, no. God put me here. And when he decides for me to leave, he will let me know.
That's a beautiful testimony. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We've got some beautiful ladies here. So let's take a look at some of the fashions out of
Yes.
Toni's Fashions,
Yes.
right? So
Yes.
where is that located, by the way?
So that's located in the Camelot Plaza in Ottawa, between Saint Laurent and Donald. So the address is 1020 Saint Laurent Boulevard, Unit 2A, and the store's called Toni's Fashion.
Okay, and what are we looking at now?
So we're looking at Chanel, and she is wearing a beautiful mini dress with beautiful gold choker necklace. She's also wearing, like, very popular right now is the Fascinators, and then she's wearing this beautiful gold bangle.
The royal family, they wear a lot of those
They
fascinators,
do,
don't
and
Yeah.
you can wear it pretty much with anything. You can just like a simple top with nice skirt or jeans and nice heels, and you can dress it up and go out.
Excellent, beautiful. Let's make some noise for Chanel. And who's next?
Next is Trona. Trona's wearing a one-piece jeans jumpsuit.
I like that.
Oh, I love that. And she's also wearing the choker necklace with beautiful sunglasses and a beautiful bangle and the red purse.
That would look
So
great with my
beautiful.
dress right now.
It
I'm
would.
just saying.
It would. It would. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so the store has some beautiful pieces. It has the jewelry,
Exactly.
the clothing. What else does it have in there?
So we do a lot of African pieces as well. So we do African, we do a lot of accessories, the purse, the jewelry. We also do oils. So
Oils?
We do perfume
I like oils.
oils. So perfume oils, which it stays on you longer.
Okay.
So I do mix and blend to come out with a natural scent. So I pre-blended one for you.
Oh,
I did. I pre-blended one for you.
Oh, to Nikki.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
what's
you
in
can
this
try it.
blend?
So in this one here, we have
It smells really good.
some of the names
try
that we
some.
have. There's so many names that I use. So like if I can just grab them and then I can show you. So this one is called Golden Sands. So it's a mixture. We have Golden Sands in there. We also have one called Black Love. We also have one called Black Women that's in there. So you get a nice blend together and come up with like a unique scent for yourself.
Okay, so people can go and have them specially customized for
and I do them, yes.
their own
Or they can just
chemistry.
do the one simple, one glass bottle of just one oil itself.
Okay, and this lasts longer than...
And this lasts longer. And you
typical-
don't need a lot because it lasts
It's
longer.
highly concentrated.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, this is beautiful. Thank you so much for
You
this
are
gift.
so
That's
welcome.
awesome. And again, where can people find you, Toni?
They can find me on Facebook. They can also find me in the Ottawa area, Saint Laurent Boulevard, Camelot Plaza. My phone number is 613-709-0698.
I'm not responsible for the gentleman calling you.
That's
on the
okay.
disclaimer that you signed.
That's okay.
Okay. Awesome. Toni Jacob, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. We'll be back.